Is artificial intelligence going to replace your brain? That's the question I want to ask you all today. I say this because a shocking news report has given us all a glimpse into the future. This one comes from Australia. Universities are aiming to return to old-school pen and paper exams. Why? Because students were caught cheating. No, I'm not talking about passing notes under desks. I'm talking about using an AI tool to write essays. Naturally, teachers are worried. Imagine this. You're a teacher in high school. You want to train your students in critical thinking, free expression of views, thoughts, opinions. You want to teach them how to articulate their thoughts, and here they are using a tech tool to do the dirty homework for them. Gone are the days when dogs ate the homework. Now robots are doing all the work for them. If you're a parent, this isn't news to you. You probably have a teenager at home using AI to his or her advantage. Using tech to solve complex equations. Using tech to compose prose. Using tech to decode complex literature. And you must be thinking, why should we worry? You're raising the future. A tech-enabled future, a tech-empowered future. Students using artificial intelligence to write their essays. Some of you say this was bound to happen. We keep talking about artificial intelligence coming for our jobs, of technology making most traditional jobs redundant. But this particular incident has teachers worried because now they are concerned. How are they to assess students anymore? How are we all to gauge how our children are performing in academics? While this may not be outright cheating, it does raise questions of academic integrity. Where is the originality of thought? An essay is supposed to be a representation of your viewpoint, of how you see the world, how you articulate everyday events. If artificial intelligence is doing all the thinking for you, can you just tell your brain to take early retirement? Or park it somewhere for other tasks, perhaps gaming? We've told you before that technology is making inroads into all aspects of our life. We've got smart gadgets in our bedrooms. We've got voice assistants telling us what to cook, what to buy, where to shop. For many toddlers, Alexa or Siri are the first words instead of mom and dad. We've got free translators helping us pretend that we are globe-trotting influencers. And artificial intelligence, anything which doesn't involve using your actual brain, is wiping out sectors, making jobs and roles redundant. You may be shocked to hear this, but AI can now write rap lyrics for you, possibly better than your favorite rap artist. There's an AI tool for every need. This is a story as old as time. Since the beginning of large-scale industrialization, automation has led to job losses. Whole cities like Detroit fell victim to this when the car industry replaced workers with robots. And the future will have more of this. Look at this report. It's from the World Economic Forum. It says that AI is expected to replace 85 million jobs globally by 2025. This trend took center stage during the pandemic. Have you ever thought, what is the impact of a robot on your job? It's significant. Say you work in a factory. Research says that for every robot added per 1,000 workers in the United States, wages decline by 0.42%. Yes, your salary takes a hit. And remember, a robot does not discriminate. It is coming for both blue and white collar jobs. So let's talk about the use of AI in academics. This new case study from Australia is quite alarming. Teachers say they are fighting a losing battle against artificial intelligence. Several institutions have said that the use of AI falls under cheating. Have you heard of ChatGPT? It was launched in November by OpenAI. It has now been banned across all devices in New York's public schools. Why? Because ChatGPT is like brain on demand. It's the new AI tool in town and it's free. It can write you a thesis on the reasons behind the American Civil War. It can wax eloquent about any global leader, any polarizing figure in any period of history, and all in a matter of minutes. I won't lie, it's quite impressive and a daunting peek into the future. But what will the student do? What will she learn about history, about perspective, about global events if a chatbot is writing her essay for her? How will a child form his or her worldview? So that explains why ChatGPT is banned in New York City schools. After all, it raises the ease and risks of cheating, of copying other published works, otherwise known as plagiarism. So the use of artificial intelligence in academics is my concern. Children's brains are being rewired. There was a time when kids sat down to ponder, which global leader do they see as a role model? Now, they can feed the topic into a software, get different viewpoints on demand. In fact, opinion is also up for sale if you have a premium subscription, of course. And if grammar isn't your strong suit, there is also a software to ensure that your final submission is nothing short of a Shakespearean tragedy. But there is another tragedy to consider. How do you assess such a student who uses an AI tool for her assignments, who uses software to correct grammatical errors, and hands in the perfect paper? Simple answer, you can't assess a student like this, and you shouldn't. He or she may be tech savvy, but cannot be marked on originality of thought. Then there is the argument that AI does more good than harm. It saves time. It creates tech-empowered leaders for tomorrow, those who work smart, not hard. After all, did calculators destroy numeracy? No, they didn't. But they did reduce our ability to add and subtract with speed, to multiply big numbers. There was a time when people knew mathematical tables by heart. Now they question the use of such a skill. But remember, if you say that AI will create more jobs than destroy, you will need one ingredient to take over that job: your brain. But if your brain surrenders to an AI tool, what happens then? If your child relies on technology to do all the thinking, what happens then? WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.